Someone needed to be bossy, didn't they? Just as a little note from myself, I've known, as James has, since, I've known Greg since I was 13 years old, and I can't tell you how much pleasure it gives us to see Rachel and Greg together, and it's a big, big moment for all of us. So I know you'll all be, I'm so pleased to be here. And the first speech of the day is going to be Graham. So if you'd like to give us a massive round of applause for Graham McKean, father of the bride.
Hi. Hear me all right? Now, just briefly going back to the days of university, we used to have this Japanese program called JIT, Just in Time, and that characterises me. I'm always on time, like this afternoon. But jokes apart, it's my first very pleasant duty to, on behalf of Greg's parents and on Rachel's parents, to welcome you here on this very special occasion. We're delighted you were able to come. So many of you, and some people I haven't seen for a good while, and it's really great. We hope you enjoy yourself. It's been great so far. The forecast is that it's going to get clearer. So let's make it a really great day for everybody. Yeah. Now, I've got my copious notes here. And just in time, I was doing them last night between 11 o'clock and Joan tells me 1:30. No rush? No rush, right. Okay. Let's have a look. Right. I think I'm going to say a very special thanks to Millicent, because she's worked tirelessly behind the scenes. Sometimes gives me some black looks, but she really has made a lot of effort for this occasion, and I think she's exhausted, because when we came here she was at it, and when I went to bed she was still, and this morning she was up early getting things ready. So a big thank you. Now, it's one of the rare privileges that Father of the Bride gets, and that is to extol the virtues of his daughter. I'm trying to think. And all these virtues, as every guy knows here, always come from the mum, and any downsides obviously come from the Jew side. I also want to congratulate Greg on his absolutely wonderful good fortune, good judgment, for winning the hand of this. I didn't even recognise it. She was so lovely this today. Congratulations, Greg. Right, now daughters. I want to say a little bit about daughters. They're always special. But to we men, don't we always worry about them? If they're not going out, we wonder why. If they come home late, we wonder why they're not in. They drive us insane. If they come home with a boyfriend, you want to know the ins and outs. I guess it's because, as my good friend at the back there, Tony, always says, fathers are always in love with the daughters, in the nicest possible. That's probably true, and they really have them round their little finger, and they get away with murder. And daughters, I was at a wedding where the father of the bride said he wasn't so much that he'd lost his daughter, more that he'd gained a bathroom. Now, in my opinion, and I have another friend with me here, David and Matt and Margaret, who have 3 daughters. You don't gain a bathroom at all because they keep coming back. And all this space that you think you're going to get, I can tell you I've got a garage and a garden shed and a utility. Do we go on? Driveway, yeah. Full of Rachel and Greg stuff. Most of it is down nose. Although it's great because he has to come to play with his toys. So they never go. And that's probably good. But on the bright side, of course, when they get married, you don't just lose the daughter away, you actually get a son. And let me say, I'm really pleased about this day, that you tied the knot. And let me just give you in fact, you're more a high five than that. 1980. It's a year which is etched in my mind. Not only was it the time when my teenage idol, John Lennon, was bumped off, even more seriously, it was the time that Malcolm Allison was sacked from Manchester City after nearly bankrupting them. I had to go. Of course, it was the year of Rachel's birth. On the 10th of April, which coincidentally was my father's, I got it right, yeah. It's coincidentally my dad's birthday as well. Wasn't it? I'll start again. Well, he was a baby full. Penultimate day. Wedding anniversary. I knew he did that. Right. So, she was a beautiful baby even then. She took immediately after me. I'm sorry, her mother. But quickly showed that she was going to be a stubborn girl. Single-minded. Even from the days when the potty training. That was difficult. Did you remember that, Ian? Yes, you remember that, yeah. We couldn't even get to one wedding because we had, in fact, I think it was at Ainsdale, wasn't it? Well, yes. Let me have a look. So, she was very fussy about what she could eat, what she would wear, where she would go. Was that Rachel who refused to budge in the Trafford Centre? Was this the Rachel who was adamant that we ought to know what she wanted, even though she didn't know what she wanted herself? I suppose it's because she was going into a woman. I shouldn't have said that. She was also not the tidiest of people. Now, I just want to put across to the line about some gossip that's been going around about some people being very late. It's sometimes called machuto. So when I get invited, or even my mum used to say it's at 12:30, it was always 2 o'clock in actual fact because she knew I'd be late. I think Rachel's got that same infectious disease on you. Would you say that's fair? I can remember the time when she was going back to London and we had 7 minutes to get from Poynton to Macclesfield Station, and there I was with the bags running up and down over the track as it pulled in. She got there just in time. Yeah. But we've also enjoyed her upbringing, and she shared with us a real loving relationship. And also with her grandparents. I just wanted to mention that because they did play a part in your upbringing, and she misses them now. In fact, the rather lovely pearl necklace she got on is one that I bought my mum, and which she inherited from her. And that pleases me immensely. But she has a good point, surprising strength and determination. And she's also loving, sensitive, and generous person. That's you, yeah. Now, at junior school, I remember taking the English speaking board. She won a prize at that. She co-starred in the musical. She learnt the flute. She actually did take part in the Duke of Edinburgh. She became a great swimmer. And when she was old enough, which was 16, she became a lifeguard. At university, she got 2 good degrees at UCL and SOAS. She's a member of the Institute of Clinical Hypnosis, and later she's actually trained to teach yoga. Whose dog's that? well. And it was at university she met Greg. Now I'm not going to say too much because your brother's going to say such a lot about you. But they are kindred spirits, soulmates. They share the same love of music and philosophy of life. Like Greg, he's not so much a social climber, but a rock climber. And that's partly why we're here, because this is a place which is quite dear to their heart. And it is a lovely setting. I've just looked on the internet about half an hour ago and it says going to clear, so hopefully we'll get some nicer views. So Greg, I was quite glad when she met you. She became more stable, more happy, more content. And when you asked me for my blessing, I was more than happy to give that. I remember when I had an argument with a ski slope, I got a free ride on the helicopter back to the hospital. I was quite indisposed. And Rachel was just coming to the end of her degree, and her and Greg came and helped me. And let me say, if it wanted without you two, business could have been in difficulties. Greg proved skilled with logistics and stock control, IT and graphics. And Rachel never ceases to amaze me. Natural flair, and better with school heads and so-called business managers than I ever was. I used to get just lost with them. Yes, there have been times of anxiety. There's always been a few bumps in our lives. But you just get on with it. Both Dennis and I, and others, Joan, Helen, our respective families, love her for what she is, for herself, and immensely proud. She has our unconditional love, encouragement, support, and blessing. And we hope for a very happy life for them together that grows in love and trust for each other. Now, that's the end of my speech, and it's my pleasant duty, if we could come round and say hi. If you will join me in giving a toast to Rachel and Greg, and the toast is to the bride and groom.
Bride and groom! Bride and groom! Carry on, mate.